Good morning, everyone. This is Monday, December 5th, and this is the Town of Scituate Weekly News Update. My name is Karen Connolly. I'm here today with Jim Boudreau, our Town Administrator, and Bill Burkhead, our Superintendent of Schools. I'd like to start out by mentioning there are quite a few meetings this week. You can access the list of the meetings this week by going to scituatema.gov. There are a whole host of meetings: conservation, planning board, housing trust. So if you're interested in any of those meetings, go to the town website, because some of them are being held in person, some are being held by Zoom. So you really do have to check the website to see what meeting you're interested in, how you can access it. I'd like to mention to everyone that the food pantry is very important during this time of year. They need donations, and I have a small list, and Seth is going to put it up on screen. But these are things they can't get from the Greater Boston Food Bank. They include beef stew, canned hams, Spam, hash, canned fish of all types, sardines, clams, salmon, crab meat, white tuna, cookies, hot and cold healthy cereals, condiments, and salsa. If you're interested, Seth is going to put up on our video today how you can make the donations. And thank you to everyone who generously donated during Thanksgiving. This is a very important time of year. And speaking of which, the Scituate Community Christmas Organization also needs help. But I would like to suggest that if you need help, or if you know someone else who needs help, or if you just want to help, please go to scituatecommunitychristmas.org. And there's a lot of information about what they do and what they need, and application if you know someone or you need help. So with that said, I'd like to turn it over to Jim Boudreau, our Town Administrator. Jim?
Good morning. Hard to believe that it's December already, but we are into December, so holiday season for everybody. We'll start with our water update. We took a very big jump this week. The reservoir is now on the plus side at +6. Tack Factory Pond is at +3. Those were both in the negative last week, so that is a good leap for us. A lot of that is attributed to the ground being frozen. The water runs off into the reservoir more readily. Our average daily demand was 1.067, down from last week's 1.125 million gallons per day. Since we are on the plus, the water restrictions that have been in place will be lifted as of today. So we are back to our normal water usage rules until May 1st, when our first set of restrictions will go into effect. Rainfall of the last 7 days was 1.87 inches measured at the plant. Selco, our contractor, will be in town tomorrow to finish services on Foxwell Lane. Just for people to know, we'll announce it several times. The town hall, the library, and the council on aging will be closed on Friday, December 16th from 8:30 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. For required training for town employees. This is the most efficient way for us to do that training. So the library will open after the training is done, with the town hall and the COA on half days that day. So they will be closed. We will put up notices, we will put up billboards, but please be aware that we will be closed on December 16th for training for our staff. The Veterans Advisory Council wants people to know that they will be meeting tomorrow night at 6 p.m. at the VFW Hall. Any veteran interested in learning about the council is asked to attend. Also, on December 17th at noon on Lawson Common, Scituate Legion Post 144 will hold a Wreaths Across America ceremony. After the ceremony, Scituate Post 144 and Scituate residents will place over 400 wreaths on graves at the Cudworth Veterans Cemetery on Cudworth Ave. The wreaths are purchased by Post 144. Scituate donations can be sent to the post if people would like to help, or if they would like to attend on the 17th and help put the wreaths out. Following the wreath laying, there will be a short wreath tossing ceremony on the Michael Kelly Bridge on Route 3A. As I mentioned earlier, this Christmas season, we ask you to keep your local businesses in your mind as you do your Christmas shopping. Please shop local. Local businesses are the backbone of our community. They not only employ people and provide places for us to shop, but they also support your little league teams and your charities in town. So please shop local this holiday season. And finally, it is getting that time. I hate to say it, but we are getting into the winter season. So if you are interested in plowing, please contact the Scituate DPW, as we still have spots for plow drivers this winter. And that's what I have for today.
Jim, I think you've been pitching the plow driver issue since August. So if anyone out there wants to earn some extra money, contact the town hall, and you can help us out. And now I'll turn it over to Bill Burkhead, our superintendent of schools. Bill?
Thank you, Ms. Conley, and good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I'd like to start off with an update on the new Hatherley School Building Project. And we're in the designer selection process of the feasibility study. On Tuesday, November 29th, last week, the Massachusetts School Building Authority Designer Selection Panel, or the DSP, interviewed 3 finalists in accordance with the provision of the Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 7C, Section 44 through 58. The MSBA designer selection procedures, the DSP voted to rank the finalists in order of qualifications after the interviews. And the order was as follows: Doran Whittier Architects Incorporate, number 1. Number 2 was Jonathan Levy Architects. Number 3 was Studio G Architects. So the choice for the Scituate Public Schools District in the town of Scituate was Doran Whittier. You may recognize that name. They were the architects of the Gates Middle School and the public safety building in Scituate, and have a strong familiarity with our town and with our public buildings. DSP determined that Doran Whittier possesses the requisite skills and experience for this project, particularly in light of their extensive experience in the design and construction of schools in Massachusetts. The Scituate School District will now take the appropriate local steps necessary to award a contract for designer services to the firm and authorized fee and contract negotiations. Once the negotiations process is completed, an introductory meeting will be held with Doran Whittier in the school building committee to discuss next steps in this process. We will communicate with our community the date, time, location of that meeting, and all upcoming meetings and our progress on the Hatherley School Building Project. So thank you all. We now have our OPM in place and our architect pending negotiations, and things should start moving along on schedule, and we'll get that communication out as it comes. Next, I would like to highlight that tonight we'll have a school committee meeting, 6 p.m. in the Scituate High School Harbor Room or school library, and that is also available hybrid version via Zoom if you would like, and it is also recorded if you'd like to access it. Something new this year the school department is doing is we're sending out a summary of all school committee meetings from our office through our new app on the web page and through the web page. So we'll get that out to everybody if you can't make that, to ensure that you have access to all committee updates and all school updates at your convenience. So some of the highlights for tonight's meeting are the Scituate High School student reps will give their report out. The elementary schools will be discussing their school improvement plans. All 4 elementary will be presenting tonight, and they will talk about their data with MCAS and other information with assessments and how things are going along the lines of their school improvement plan. Also tonight, Scituate High School leadership will be presenting the celebration of student learning, which is always interesting, the things that are going on in the high school. And finally, the superintendent report, I'll be talking a little bit about some personnel and the MSB update that I just shared with you tonight. Finally, I'd like to give a shout out to all those that were able to attend our first Love, Inclusion, and Trust open house. This was to share information and engage in discussion with our community. It was open to the entire community, pertaining to all things love, inclusion, and trust happening in our district. The event took place at our Scituate Town Library. I'd like to thank the folks at the library for accommodating us. They've always been great. And it was a setting for a communal gathering for various community members in the district. The event was attended by approximately 40 people. We would like to commend our DEI director, Mr. Jamil Adams, for hosting this event, and for all those that could take the opportunity to be there. We'd like to continue to be trailblazers and taking measures to ensure equity in our schools and learning environments that create a strong sense of belonging for our students. So thank you all, and have a great week.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Jim. I'd like to join Jim in encouraging people to shop local. We have wonderful local merchants all around town, and this is the time of year where they make it or break it. So please shop local and have a great week. Thank you all.